So you're doing grapes and it's taken a bit long to prune. Oh, twice as fast? Let's go. Alright, for the first mod we got for today is Fence. This is by Edzek, 6.65 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under decorations and fences, as you can well imagine. So we'll scroll along to the end to find it. There you are. It's going to cost you 100 for each panel. So obviously you do your usual, click it down, drag it out. Then when you get to the desired length, hit it again. Job's a good one. I mean, it's in concrete construction. You've got the blocks inside. That does remind me of a fence we used to have at home, to be fair. But that being said, yeah, you need something to fence off an area. Very nice. Now we're on the subject of fences. We've got concrete fence with gates. This is by Melody SZY, 4.57 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu and again under decorations and fences. So we'll scroll along to find them. So we've got a few different versions for this one. So we've got fence there, 550 per section. We then got the gate, fair enough, £1,000. We then got the second section, 550. We then got the blue gate, and we then got the next section, 350, and then the final one, 350 on the end. Fair enough. They look a bit like gravel boards stacked up together, so that's alright. But you come up to the gates, open them like that. Step back a little so you don't smash yourself in the face, but alright, carry on. But I like the ones with the curved bit on the top, they're alright. You want to go for sort of more of a front garden fence. These are slightly shorter, so you can just see over the top, talk to your neighbours. Oh, I like them. Very nice. Right, next up is Pump for Silage Additive. This is by Tethy Saturn, 0.38 megabyte on download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and tools. They are £5,000 to place down. Obviously, this is going to be a buy point for your silage additive. Bond silage, they are just like a petrol station pump, really. What's it saying there? £26.80 a litre. I'm not sure if that's expensive or cheap or not, but I like the look of it. It's sort of like the same as the methane buy point pump, whatever you want to call it. I like it. Very nice. Right, next up is Old French Dovecote. This is by OTG Gaming, 28.33 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under productions and factories. So we'll scroll along to find this one. There you are, £10,000 to place down, and this is going to turn straw into manure. That's a little different. So you've got your loading point at the front. You also got your production chain menu there, because obviously you are going to need to run the production. It says 12 cycles a month. All right, fair enough. It's going to be like one every 2 hours. Then once it's done, take it out the back, out of that pipe. Yeah, I mean, if you've got some manure requirements from like a greenhouse or something like that, and you haven't got the animals to go and do the manure for you, I think that's the best way of putting it. Now, you got a load of straw coming off your field from like a wheat or a barley harvest. Chuck this down, turn it into manure. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is Redneck Restaurant. This is by Namog Mod, 8.3 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under productions and generators, because this is a generator in itself, 58,800 per month. So obviously it's a placeable, it's going to earn you a bit of cash. Now it says Redneck Restaurant, but I quite like it. I'd say it's more of a log cabin restaurant, but I mean, you can't go in any of the doors. It is just a placeable in that sense, but I like it. Nicely detailed. Got all the benches and the chairs out the front. It's on stilts as well, that sort of thing. Yeah, very nice. And next up is Lizard Diesel Tank. This is by BK Mods, 4.79 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and containers. So there it is, £10,000 to place down. Obviously, this is going to be for holding diesel, as the name would suggest. So you come up to it like that, you can fill it up, click on there. It's going to do up to 45,000 litres. That's all right. And obviously, you pull your vehicle to that part to fill it up. I like that, you know, nicely detailed. It's even got like a fire extinguisher because, you know, fuel is a bit flammable, but yeah, I like it. I mean, you got a bit of a building on the go, pipe work, got some bollards there so you don't drive into it. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Bee House. This is by LS Design, 5.16 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under animals and bees, as you can well imagine. So it's £5,000 to place down. And it says on the website, this is a small bee house. Now, if we go and get that one, the biggest one from the base game, it's pretty much the same size. Fair enough. Obviously, you're going to place one of these down to make a bit of honey. Now, you do need to place down a honey pallet point. I can't even say that. Pallet spawn point, just to get your honey out, obviously. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. And next up is Bunker Silo Closed. This is by Macca, 5.86 megabyte on download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along to find it. There you are, 12 grand to place down. Obviously it is a little bit chunky on the walls, but you do snap them together if you've got multiple ones on the go, which is alright. You come in, you've got a bit of a dirty look on the concrete. Yeah, I mean, chuck your chaff in and get some silage on the go. Even snap them together. Very nice. And next up is Greenhouse and Nursery. This is by Gwendol, 22.58 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu and under productions and greenhouses. So we've got a couple of these. There's 3 greenhouses in itself. So you've got the first one there, the very large greenhouse, 30 grand to place down. You then got the shrub greenhouse, which is 40 grand to place down. And you then got this one, plants. That's going to be 50 grand to place down. And obviously they do various different things. So they're all not growing at the minute. So they look a bit empty. So if we go into the production menu, we turn it all on, and then you'll see what it's like, because it looks ace. So we'll put those on like that. There you are. Oh, ace. I mean, you got that one there. Then you got these here growing your, well, basically your trees, and some more trees over there. Look at that. That's like definitely like a garden centre. I like that one. Right, so what are we growing in these? So for the first one, the very large greenhouse, you've got your usual tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries. Fair enough. Nothing strange about that. Obviously, you're going to put water and seed and solid fertiliser in to grow those. But you can also grow red cabbage and then flowers. That's something different. And then in the shrub greenhouse, you've got bamboo and aloe vera. That's something different. Again, water, solid fertiliser and seed going in there. And then for the plants, you can do the bonsai, cypress and eucalyptus. Now, you only need water and solid fertiliser in that one, which is on the end, which is ace, because you've got these down here. So obviously we've got the usual pallets, strawberries and tomatoes and lettuce. Now, I have got the liftable pallets mod on, so you can lift those ones, not a problem. So we'll chuck that out the way, because I want to test something. Because we can't lift these. It's saying they're too heavy. Alright, fair enough. So if we lift these out of the way, I want to see if they get picked up by an auto-load trailer. So we'll get rid of that one as well. So obviously we know that these go in there. That's not a problem. So, I've got myself an auto-load trailer here. Let's have a little bit of a test. We'll pull up. When the engine starts. Come on! There we are. Are they going to work in an auto-load trailer? Is the moment of truth. Oh, they are. We've got both going in. So having a bit of a... Oh, it's because it's doing that thing because it's right next to each other, though, isn't it? Where it flips over the input. I have to be careful of that, but they do both work, which is alright. So we'll get rid of the flowers out the back there like that. So then the red cabbage is working nicely. That's alright. So those two work. Then, hopefully then, the rest should work as well. Right, so let's spin around here. We'll go have a look at the other pallets. There we are. So we've got these two here. So we've got that one there like that. So that's your aloe vera. And then next to that, we've got the bamboo. So, are these going to work? Let's be having a look. Well, eye it up nice like that. Come over. I mean, the others work, so this should do it as well. Just edge it closer. Oh, aloe vera's working. That's alright. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll go on to the... Oh, bamboo's working as well. And it's stopped. Alright, why is that stopped? That's really random. So, well, let's get rid of the aloe vera totally out of the way. Just wondering if that's causing a problem. There we are. So the bamboo works, yeah. No problem. So 100 to that one. So that's all good on those. So we've got the last 3. Now, I'm assuming they're all going to do the same. But I can't see why they wouldn't. So we'll just back up. Yeah, they're all working. They all work on a auto-loader. That's great. Right. Now we've got that out of the way. So you're loading in points. So for this one, you got your pallet spawn point. It's a massive area. So you've got your hatch markings there all the way down to there. and you put your seeds into there, and then you've got your production chain menu there, and then down here is where you put your water in. Fair enough. Now for the tree, what's it called? Can't remember what it's called now. The middle one. Anyway, so you got your pallet spawn point down that side. Then we come down this end, and you've got your seed loading in point. Yeah, you've got your fertilizer loading in point, and then your water there. Production chain menu on the front there. And then for the very large greenhouse, you've got your seeds, solid fertilizer, water at the front, and then your production chain menu inside. I mean, that's something different. I do like it, mind you. And also, once you've finished making all what you want to make, you then go into production and selling points, because we've got this here. Plants and flowers, sell it off right there. Oh, that's all right. That does look nice, actually, as a sell point. Just come and load your stuff in. Oh, I like that. Something different. I mean, especially that one. That really does look like your local B&Q. If you're from the UK, you'll know that that's like a DIY shop. I like it. Very nice. Right, next up is the Flegel Dolly EA. This is by HR Forst and Valkenbau, 2.33 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under Dolly. So it's only going to cost you £9, which is all right. You then got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. We'll change the rims to any one of those. We'll go for black. Oh, look at those knock-in tyres on there with the white side writing. Oh, I like that. I mean, it's a dolly at the end of the day. You're going to use it for pulling a semi-trailer behind a pickup truck or a tractor. Yeah, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Roll 3600. This is by Rowley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sir, 7.37 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under trailers, so it's got a 5,000 litre capacity. It's going to cost you 68 grand. That's quite expensive for a capacity of only 5,000, but all right. Carry on. You've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then come down to rim colour, and you go for whichever one you want. It's only the rims you can change. But what makes this trailer good, if we come out of there, you've got that down the bottom. It does grapes as well as everything else. So you don't need to have a separate trailer. Oh, that's all right. I mean, yeah, a little bit small on the capacity, but it looks good though. Very nice. Right, next up is the FAR KH4S. This is by Puzzcat, 5.67 megabyte on download. You're going to find it under Tedders. Now, it only requires 31 horsepower, and it's only got 3.7 metre working with. But it's all right, because it's above 3 metre. Dear, oh dear. 9 mile an hour working speed. It's only going to cost you £2.5, which is all right. That's nice and cheap. You then got the options on design. No. Yes. Puts those frames on it like that. Fair enough. Then you've got design colour. You can have any one of those. Just changes the arms that are coming out. I mean, if you've got a small field on the go, small farm, yeah, that'll do nicely. Right, next up is the Lizard 17C. This is by FBR Modding Eddie, 6.45 megabyte on download. You're going to find it under Seeders. Now, it's got a 600 litre grain tank. Well, not grain tank, seed tank. 60 horsepower requirement. It's got a 3 metre working width. But what's strange, it says on the website it's 3.8 metre. All right, fair enough. 9 mile an hour working speed, 13 grand to buy. There is no options. And it says this is a trail seeder from the 1980s intended for planting small grains. Well, fair enough. I mean, it's fairly simple. You ain't got any unfolding shenanigans on the go, but it does look nice, though. Reminds me of the John Deere one we had on 19. I mean, that's come out on 22 as well. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the John Deere 2100 Ripper Modified. This is by LR Modding, 19.25 megabyte on download. You're going to find this under ploughs. Now, this requires 450 horsepower, which is a bit tasty from your tractor for an 8.6 metre working width. It should be all right, though. 9 mile an hour working speed, 39,281 to buy. There is no options. I do like that, though. I mean, the cage rollers on the back. That looks wow smart. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I like that. Right, next up is the MP122 Osea Twin. This is by Universe Simu Modding, 3.23 megabyte on the download. And if you've ever done grapes, you're going to need one of these, because this does the pruning, obviously after you've harvested, but 2 rows at a time. Excellent. That's why it's got the twin name. Now, it's got a 6 mile an hour working speed, 22 grand to buy. But this is great. Now, I've got one all set up here, and I've got 2 rows of grapes all ready to go. Fair enough. Now, when you first get it, you need to unfold it. So we do LB and A, unfolds, yeah, and then it folds back in, which is a bit random. But it's not what it seems, because if you do Y, and you tab to the right-hand side one, you do LB and A, unfold that, and then it will go back in. Right, okay, fair enough. But we're all set up. So if we turn them both on, turn that one on, LB and X, then we'll Y across and then turn that one on. Once you come to the vine itself, it then adjusts. So we'll come up to it like that. It gets in, and then there, spreads out, and away you go. Obviously, it's green leaves, so it's not ready for pruning yet, but you get the idea of where we're going with that. And it just moves over the stumps. Well, they're posts, not stumps, are they? That's great. 2 rows at a time. And also, when we get to the end, there is something else. If you haven't got 2 rows on the go, and you're thinking, oh, I don't need both sections. What you can do, there you are. Right, so we'll stop here like that. We'll turn it all off, and we'll turn that one off. Now, if you've got the right one, or no, if you're looking at it from this side, from the driver's cab, the left-hand side, fair enough, let's get that one straight. You do detach A. There you are. Then you can carry on, if you don't crash into it, and just use this one on its own, just like normal. So if you come up and you got like 1 row on the go, just pull over like that, and then just go for it. I like that. I mean, 2 rows all at once, that is a great addition. And if you only got 1 row to do, just drop the other one off and away you go. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is the Lamborghini Mac VRT and Hurliman XL Pro. This is by Gaming Flow, 24.39 megabyte on the download. You're going to find both of these under medium tractors. So we're going to the Hurliman first, the XL Pro, because obviously everything's better when they put Pro in the name. Dear oh dear. So we've got 164 horsepower engine, 37 mile an hour top speed, 221.5 grand to buy. You then got the option there under engine setup to change that up to 171, 183, 212, 246, and then back to 164. You've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. We come down to beacon lights. You've got standard, LEDs or standard, front loader protection, no, quickie, stole or no, warning signs, no or yes, front loader attacher, no, quickie, hower, stole and no. And we come down to the license plate, job's a good one. Oh, I like that, that's all right, looks very nice. Now we'll come back out and we'll go into the Lamborghini, because this is another version if you want to be Jeremy Clarkson Ace. 226 horsepower engine, 37 mile an hour top speed, 221.5 grand to buy it again. You then got the options on the engine setup, so goes up to 246 or 226. That's the 2 options on that one. Got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Again, beacon lights, standard or LED, front loader protection, the same, quickie, stole or no. And then warning signs, yes or no. Front loader attacher, quickie, hower and stole and then no. And then rim colours, grey and black. Yeah, another Lamborghini tractor to the game. Very nice. Right, next up is the John Deere 1175 SLC. This is by Kohler, 25.44 megabyte on the download. And there's a few different things to this pack. And it may look a lot, but it's all pretty simple, because you've got harvesters and you've got 3 headers. So we'll look at the harvesters first. Now, basically, these are all the same from an options perspective. So you've got a hydro version and then a mechanic version. That's all to do with the gearbox. So if we go into the hydro cabin version, and it says there, hydrostatic on the gearbox. Not sure that does. I play with auto gearbox on anyway, so alright, we'll carry on. 180 horsepower, 18 mile an hour top speed, 5,800 litre on the grain tank, 120 grand. Now, all these options are going to be the same on all 4 of the different versions of harvesters. So we'll go through the one lot. We're not going to go through them all again. So you've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. You then come down to beacon light, no or yes, puts that on the front there. Then you've got PX antenna, design 1, 2, 3, or no. Go a bit of fishing with your harvester. Then you've got exhaust chrome. Where's the exhaust? Spin around. There you are on the back. Right, so no. 1, I put chrome tip on the end. 2, 3, or no. Then you got flags. We'll zoom out a little. Come on, camera. There you are. Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Venezuela, Suriname, Uruguay, United States of America, Germany, or nothing. Oh, what's the UK one? Dear, oh dear, right. Then we come down to rim colour, yellow or black. That's your options. Now, obviously, you've got different versions. So we've got the 1175 Hood Hydro. So it's not got the cab, it's just got the, I'm going to say, sunshade over the top. Obviously, all the options are the same. Fair enough. Now, come back out of that. Then you've got the mechanic version. So this is all about the gearbox. So a manual gearbox and all this. Again, this is the hooded version. And then you've then got the cabin version if you want a bit more of an enclosed workspace. Fair enough. Then we'll come over and we've got the headers. So the first one is the SLC 205. So this is going to be for your corn and your sunflowers. 4.7 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 10 grand. I mean, they're small harvesters, so you're not going to have a massive header because they're just not going to go there, are they? Fair enough. We then got the SLC John Deere 316. So 4.8 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 18 grand for that one. So that's going to do your usual croppage. Then we'll come out of that and we'll go into the John Deere 319, 5.7 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed. Obviously slightly bigger than the previous one, 23 grand. That being said though, I mean, that's something different. I like those. Obviously the South American feel. That's why you got the hood version. Yeah, very nice. So the last mod we got for the day is the John Deere S690i and the 9880i STS EU. That's a long name. This is by Sid Modding, 32.69 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it, as you can imagine, under harvesters. So it's got a 465 horsepower engine, 19 mile an hour top speed, 12,603 litre grain tank. It's a rather specific number, but all right. Carry on. 174 grand to buy. You then got the options on grain tank extension. No. Got Brazil support. That doesn't change the capacity, mind you, just changes the look of it. You then got no. It's just Brazil support or no. So it doesn't change the capacity, it just adds 300 for it. But all right, fair enough. You then got engine setup. So it starts off as the 9880. Then go the 690 for a 491. Fair enough. 690i for a 530. And then back to the 9880. Then you got usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, but you do get crawler tracks. Yeah, that's all right. You then got CB radio, no or yes. That's going to put that in the cab. Then got exhaust. Spin it around like that. Exhaust 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to 1. Then you got beacon light, no, yes, but it says on the side there, but grain tank. Then we've got the triangle, no or yes. That's going to be around the back like that. There we are. Fair enough. Then you've got green star. So you've got no or yes. That's going to put that on the front. Obviously, that doesn't mean much to us on console, but it's good for the look. Then you've got design, no, 1, 2. These on the back. Let's spin around. There you are. We'll start again. No, 1. Puts those stickers on. 2, 3, 4. 5, no, 5, it's back to no. All right, so you got design 4 and then nothing. Then you got numbers. So you got no, 1, and that goes all the way up to 6. Then we'll come down to rear hitches. Oh, that's always good to have a rear hitch. Standard, static hitch extension, foldable hitch extension, or nothing. Then you got regular vane tailboard, chopper tailboard, or regular, and that's your options. I like that. I mean, I am one for a harvester with tracks, I must admit. I think they look ace. So if you like your John Deere's, yeah, this would do you nicely. We've also got a new map. So this is Ebony Island by Cavalier Roy, 137.76 megabyte on the download. And it says Ebony Island is a fictional island located somewhere around the coast of the UK. Oh, excellent. That looks brilliant. I've got a few updates. Now, the first one is Cafe by the Law. Now, this came out the other day and it was quickly removed from the mod hub, and it's now got an update saying building replaced. So it's out now. I did show that in the previous video, so go check that one out. We've also got Stables with Larger Pastures by NGN624, Dutch Pig Shed by Dutch Modding Inc. and Jon Poeft, Bunker Silo by DMI 20mm Normandy, Fleagle Trailer Pack by JMZ VNS FDG2, Yerstad Pack by North Modding Company, Prinoff Raptor Pack by HR Forst and Bell, John Deere 7010 by Moose Agra, and the map Maypole Farm by Cavalier Roy. Now, it does say it doesn't need an update, but there is a bit of a note at the bottom. It says, however, for increased BGA storage, a new game save will be required. So if you don't want to have increased storage, you're good to go. So this is a current testing list that Giants are working on. There's 23 on there for console, which is very nice indeed. So that's your mods done for the day. Drop it in the comments below which one's your favourite. We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.